Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to SNB Talkin Sport. I'm your host, Spinksy, and as you can see this week, there is only two of us here. Ness is on holiday. We've had a long weekend here in the ACT, and it has been a very long weekend. I think I've been drunk since the moment I left work on Friday afternoon. Mr. Bo Kennett, welcome to the show. How was your 3 days off?
Yeah, thanks, mate. Thanks again for getting us back on here. 3 days were good. We went down to the farm. I think we spoke about it before. The lady, her parents are out in a farm just near Wee Jasper. So we went there Saturday and consumed way too much beverages, basically the entire weekend. Funnily enough, actually, I was just saying to you before we started recording, just waking up this morning, I've never seen my lady or her family as sore as they were. So it was we had many things planned today and didn't really get around to it. So it was a hungover family day, which was kind of cool in its own way.
Yeah, so we've had a huge weekend here, of course, in the ACT. The Raiders and the Sharks were on Friday night, but we want to talk about the races first. So yesterday it was the Opal here in town, and there was a 9-race card on, and I got dressed up in my suit, looking all sexy. It was fantastic, and I consumed a lot of beverages yesterday. I picked a couple winners throughout the day, but it was nice. The weather was lovely. The place was packed. There were people everywhere. So hop on to social media and check out those photos. It was a huge day out for everyone. And I've been nursing a nasty hangover all day. So it's been lovely.
Dude, do you know what sucks? Is like we don't get enough respect for having to wear a suit in the fucking sun at the races. Like the girls have it so easy in a nice flowy dress, and we just I don't know about you. I sweat bullets at the best of times. Yeah, but no one gives us enough credit for that. That shit fucking hurts, man.
I think the first 5 or 6 races I watched on the fence, and then we went and stood up in the stand, and was people watching for an hour and a half. And people watching is the best. I love people watching.
Absolutely.
At the races, everyone is maggot drunk. It was horrible. Yeah. There were dudes falling over. There was girls carrying heels. It was just a good day out. Everyone was happy. Everyone was having a fantastic time. And yeah, so I'll be doing it again next year, definitely. But it's the first time we've had it for, I think, 2 or 3 years now since all this stuff's gone down with COVID. So it was nice. It was really nice to have it back. So yes. But let's talk about the NRL first. A couple of topics we want to get to. My Sharkies went down to a controversial decision from the referee, who was definitely on the take on Friday night. It was hard to watch this game. Now, I've lost several bets over the weekend, all involving this game. The most potent of those bets was I have to wear a dress and go out for dinner and get my hair and my makeup done by my lady friend and her children and my children. So in a couple of weeks' time, we're going out for dinner somewhere. I'm not really sure where yet, but they've already got a dress picked out for me, and they've got fake eyelashes. They've got my nails are getting done, the makeup, the full kit. And it's not going to be by a professional. It's going to be by children. They're going to do my hair and my makeup. So it's going to be a lot worse than we can imagine. So thank you to the Cronulla Sharks for going down by 5 or 6 points there on Friday afternoon. That was very hard to watch. So thank you.
There's no way I'm not stalking you to find out where this dinner is.
Everyone
tagging along.
I can't wait. Yes, but on Saturday, your Newcastle Knights shocked the rugby league with a massive win over the Roosters. What happened there?
Yeah, huge shock to the world. Me, as someone that's been a Knights fan for long enough, we do seem to start the season out like this kind of often, and it just gives you a little bit of hope and, maybe, hang on a second, maybe we're not so bad. So I haven't got my hopes up too much, but also quite an embarrassment, I think, for the Roosters, one of the most talented teams, I think, in the NRL, just getting their pants pulled down by a bunch of not so talented people. So Ness, lucky enough for her, isn't here today. She's a Roosters fan. Yeah. So I think she's not actually on holiday. She's just hiding her face, because if I was her, well and truly, I would not be showing face at all. That's disgraceful. And probably I'd be handing in my Roosters membership.
Yeah. As soon as your game was over, I was 0 from 4 to start the weekend. I was 0 from 4, and I ended up getting the last 4 games, I think. So I finished halfway there. But yeah, I was 0 from 4 to start the weekend, which was not a way you want to start the season. So it was no good. No good.
It wasn't, but just wild, wild first week.
Yeah.
I would have put my house, I would have put everything on not getting that result.
Oh, for sure.
For most of the games. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's a good start. It's a good start for you guys. You guys are certainly up there to start this season. So hopefully you guys can keep that going. We'll see how long you can.
Yeah, we should. And the general NRL fan got to wake up on Monday morning with the Roosters and Manly, the bottom 2, on the table. So
good.
That's a win for everyone.
And I actually noticed the fans were back. Most games were sold out or were packed houses, and it was nice to have everyone back again after having half fans there last year or not. So yeah
100%.
Something we didn't talk about to start the show, but I want to talk about it now. Kyrie Irving, he's a basketballer in the NBA. Kyrie has refused to get vaccinated, right? Now, he's not allowed to play for his team on the court because in New York, he plays with the Brooklyn Nets. Yeah, they're right. Yeah, Nets. Yeah. So in New York, you are not allowed. You have to be vaccinated to be on the court with your team. However, you don't have to be vaccinated to be in a stand. So Kyrie can only have half the games all season. He can't be at the home games on the court. He's allowed at all the away games. He got to turn up and watch the game on the weekend in the stands. What kind of shit show is this? How can he be allowed in the stand, not vaccinated, but not be allowed on the court 5 feet away from it? Just don't get it.
Yeah. Huge flaw in the system for sure. And he was out at, I think, the Duke game or something. He's been out watching. Yeah, it's stupid. He's kind of like Aaron Rodgers, I suppose, of the NBA, where he's not really that loved, I think, by fan base. So that's only making it worse. But it's a stupid rule. It probably needs to be. But I guess that's anytime there's a new rule, something. Although it's not really that new anymore. Anytime you're dealing with something new, there's going to be crinks that have to be ironed out, and hopefully this is one of them.
It's a weird situation, but we're going to turn our attention to the NFL now, the best sport in the world, as we all know.
In the world.
Now, yesterday we got news through that Tom TB12 Brady has decided to come back for at least one more season, his 23rd season. I wasn't really surprised. He kind of never really made the announcement that he was going, and I thought he'd get itchy feet, and he sure did. So TB12 is back for another season. Is he going all the way?
Mate, I don't know. You know more than anyone else. I fucking hate the guy.
I know you
do. I'm glad he's back, because it gives. I don't know who I would hate next year. So I get that passion and get to root for him to lose every week. But him coming back, one of the other guys that's already retired, he's come out of retirement. So he'll just continue to have this pulling power where he gets all the talent, because he can't do it by himself. He's proven that. So he'll be thereabouts, I guess, again. And I'll be there still hating on him and still just talking shit about him.
So he's come out of retirement after for a 23rd season. Does that mean you, sir, are coming out of your retirement?
No.
Come on, man.
Maybe if my club offers me money like he's being offered, we might have a different story. But no, I actually don't hate my family as much as he must. So he had 2 months of being stuck with his family and thought, not doing this.
Yeah.
Terrible father, bad role model. No one should really support this guy, is it? Yeah.
You hate him for sure. All right, speaking about people I hate, Russell Wilson. I just don't see why people like him, right? He's been traded from Seattle to the Denver Broncos. Denver are a basket case of an outfit. How much do you hate a dude to trade him to such a shitty organization? Like, I love it so much. And now I can start to actually support Seattle again because Russell Wilson's not there. And I hate him.
You hate him that much.
I hate Russell Wilson. And I know mum watches the show and mum always says you can't hate someone, but mum, I very much hate this dude. It's just, I'm sorry, mum. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I can agree with you with going to Denver. I think that team's fucking good, man. They just haven't had a quarterback. So, tough. Hey, don't say that about Peyton Manning, young man. No, I think they're stacked. Their offense is already ready to go. And defensively, they only have a few holes to fill. They're going to be a good team. Just happen to be in a tough division, which you can win 10. Yeah, you can get 10 wins, I think, in that division and not make playoffs. So it's going to be fun.
You'd really hate to be the Las Vegas Raiders at the moment because they're the only team in that division without a quarterback who is capable of winning everything. So
yeah, and they do have a serviceable quarterback, but it just makes him look terrible when everyone else there is fucking good.
And Aaron Rodgers has signed on for Green Bay for another 4 seasons, 150 million guaranteed, 200 million with extras on top of it. What does it mean for Jordan Love, the dude they traded up to sign a year and a half, 2 years back now? It's supposed to be the next heir apparent, but he can't be there for 6 years and just wait, surely.
No, I think it just locks in maybe the worst draft pick of all time to trade up to get a quarterback, which definitely isn't going to be seeing the field unless tragedy strikes. But Aaron Rodgers is the real GOAT, so of course you're going to keep him around. He's the best guy to ever play the position, so for sure. And I think a smart move by Aaron Rodgers too. Yeah, that was the best fit for him. As far as anyone that was interested in a quarterback, that's the best fit for him. So I'm all for it. The man's even more filthy rich now, like you said. So I don't know what you do with that kind of money, man. $50 million for 17 games. You're getting $3 million a game.
It's ridiculous, man. Yeah. Now, speaking of your Indianapolis Colts currently don't have a quarterback because you traded away the worst decision that you guys ever made in Carson Wentz to Washington. What's their new team name? The Commodores?
Commanders.
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 That's
Commodores.
Commodores.
Probably the Commodores. Yeah, nice. That's a good one.
The BLs.
Yeah, the Commies.
Yes. So you guys got rid of him. He was a terrible decision. You finally let go, but you've got no one to throw the football now. Who are you looking at?
It's a good question. We've got a kid from Texas we drafted last year. We took him in the 6th round. He's a big. He had a huge collegiate career, but I wouldn't imagine someone that's getting picked in the 6th round is going to lead an NFL team anytime soon. And there's really not that many options. It's not a great quarterback class. There's all the reports are Jimmy G, who's barely an upgrade from Carson Wentz. I don't know about that other than him just being way more handsome than anyone else on the field.
He sure is. He's a specimen.
Fuck, he's a good looking dude. So, hey, we might not win games, but we'll win female fan base.
We'll win more female fans back.
Yeah, we'll cop that. Or Gardner Minshew, if you know the Mo. Yeah, so
I love me some.
He's a fucking character.
Also an absolute specimen. Too.
Oh, he's different. He's character. I'd be fine with having him just for the excitement of him being in the team. Otherwise. Yeah, a couple of kids coming out of school, maybe Sam Howell. I really like him, and Sam Howell from North Carolina. Matt Corral from Corral from Ole Miss.
And Kenny Kenny Pickett from there too.
Pitt?
Yeah, Kenny.
I'm not sure where
he's with Cincinnati. Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, right. So I think those guys will be gone. Malik Willis, Kenny Pickett will be gone because we don't have a 1st round pick.
Oh, you don't have a first round? No, that's right.
Because of
Carson Wentz.
So good. So I think we'll just be throwing a few flyers. I'm not sure what we're going to do after. Actually, real interesting. Our GM tweeted, our owner, who is he's a bit fucking different himself, had been tweeting all off season about how when we haven't been good enough, we need to score more points. The team needs to be better, and has done absolutely fuck all to improve the team over this off season. And all reports are saying that we're not really that interested in any of the the big name free agents. So I'm not sure how he plans on improving the team.
Yeah, because all charges against Deshaun Watson from the Texans have been dropped, which I'm not sure what the situation is there. How do you have 17 charges against you from 17 different women, and all of a sudden they're all dropped? I don't get it, but
I'd say there's a few extra zeros in all their bank accounts.
Yeah,
probably.
Watson's on the market, and as you said, old mate from the 49ers. He's up too, but there's also talk of Colin Kaepernick as well. Oh. Now, I know, and that seems like so much more of a headache than it actually needs to be. So maybe that's something that you steer away from. But in big,
I don't know. I don't know if someone's out of the league for that long can just come back in and be any good.
Yeah, look, he's got a documentary on Netflix that I watched for about the first 3 seconds. And in the first 3 seconds, he talks about how every owner of NFL teams in the US is a racist. And I was like, I can't watch this. I can't just listen to you. I understand you've been through some hard times, but I can't listen to you talk like this about, as in everyone's a bad man. Like the way he just carries on, I think it's not right. But yeah, if you watch that documentary, that's good, but I'm not going to watch it. So no, thank you.
Yeah, right.
Khalil Mack has left the Chicago Bears and has joined the Chargers in a massive trade. And the Chargers seem to get all the good deal here. The Bears have sold the farm and got nothing in return. I just don't understand what they were thinking. Yeah.
I don't get that at all. The guys had a couple of kind of down years in Chicago, but geez, we've seen what he can do. I think Chargers have got an absolute fucking steal. And having him and Joey Bosa lined up on the edge, holy hell.
That's going to be scary. Yeah.
Yeah. Russell Wilson, he's going to love getting traded to Denver to get that twice a year.
Coming at you. Now, I want to talk about...
Sorry to cut you off. So back to the Carson Wentz thing. Him being traded to Washington means he plays Philadelphia twice next year and comes to Indianapolis to versus Indianapolis. That's hilarious. Poor guy.
He's in trouble.
I feel like if he flogs us, oh my God.
He probably will too. Yes.
Yeah, he will.
And he's up against my Cowboys twice as well. And Washington have been terrible for years now. So we'll see how that works out to him, I'm sure.
Your Amari Cooper less Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, I don't understand what the Cowboys are doing. They sold Amari Cooper to the Browns.
Cleveland.
Yeah. And they got a 5th and a 6th round pick for him, but they freed up $12 million in cap space to pay Ezekiel Elliott, the most overrated running back on the planet. They're paying him $96 million over like 4 years, and his backup scores more touchdowns than he does. I just don't understand why we're paying. The whole thing is these days you don't pay your running back, you just get a new one every couple of seasons. You get a new one, and here we are leading the way, signing him to almost $100 million deal. Who cares? Let him walk. I don't get it. Yeah.
Or just a shorter contract, 2 years, something like that, where because he is at the back end, and he hasn't really looked as good as he previously has. And then you've re-signed Michael Gallup as well. You've paid him whatever you paid him, 65 over 4 or something like that.
I think, heaps. Yeah.
Like,
we signed the wrong dude. We signed the wrong guy. Again.
You signed the wrong guy. I don't know. Michael Gallup's good. He's a talent in himself, but
he's good. But you've got
I don't know about it.
CD Lamb on his original deal, and you've got Gallup, and we lost Cooper. And I don't know. I just think we're so strong on offense, but we just can't win games. Like you need those extra dudes there to be winning your game. So, well, I don't know. The Cowboys are in cap trouble as they always are. It's the same thing this time of year, always. Who else is in trouble?
Yeah, it is
Calvin Ridley, the wide receiver from the Falcons. Now, Calvin had a few games injured last year, and he decided he was going to sit at home and bet on his own football team to win games. So across a 4-week span, he bet $1,500, and for him, that's chump change, right? So he bet $1,500 on his own team, no inside information, no nothing, and he won $0 from that $1,500. They've now found out about it, and he's been suspended for 17 games, the full 2022 season. Now, so do you get 17 games for betting on your own team? Not because you were on the field and you missed a tackle and let someone else score. Like you weren't directly involved in this game. But the NFL has let some shit go in the past. We all know a guy named Ray Rice who he beat the living pus out of his fiance in an elevator. If you haven't seen the video, maybe watch it or
probably don't watch it. No.
Watch it. He got 2 games and he beat the crap out of her in this league. 2 games. Adrian Peterson, he beat his child and got 6 games. Greg Hardy got 4 games. He beat his girlfriend too. Ezekiel Elliott from the Cowboys, he beat his missus. He got 6 games. Josh Gordon was smoking weed and got 6 years. 6 years smoking weed. So, and Calvin really gets a whole year for gambling on his team. So it's okay to beat your partner, but smoking weed and gambling's wrong. What is going on with the world? Seriously.
That's wrong. That's super wrong. And the funny thing is, the Falcons didn't win many games last year, so I dare say he bet on them to win and didn't even win that leg of the multi. So
nothing back here.
Sure, yeah, bad odds. He's lost $11 million for next year. That's it. That was his contract, 11 mil. So $1,500 bet, which cost him 11 million.
Now,
you fucking hate to see it.
They've said they will keep him on the roster because I think he's still got another year left on his deal after this one. So they've said they will keep him, but surely something else. Surely this doesn't go any further. Surely they can sort of come to some understanding and get him back up. I know it's bad. You're not allowed to do it, but it's not like he bet against himself in a game and he let old mates.
Yeah, 100%.
Like he's not. There was no corruption here. It was just him being an idiot.
Yeah, look, I hope Atlanta do let him go because he's a talent, and he'd look nice in a Colts uniform, and we have a desperate need at receiver. So, yeah, no, shitty work. It's weird politics. It's weird. It's kind of turned out as it's blown up in the face of the NFL because, as you've said, you've let guys play that have got assault charges against women. They've missed 2, 3, 4 games, and a guy puts $1,500 on a bet that doesn't win, and then misses out on his whole year. So
going for it, yeah, it's ridiculous. So bad. But look, that was our news this week, and we're not going to do a good, bad, and ugly because there isn't 3 of us here. So let's move on to what's coming up next weekend. Now, Formula One kicks off in Bahrain this weekend coming up, and I believe qualifying starts on Thursday night, late our time. So I'm sure you guys are all going to be tuning in for that. And Ness sent me a message during the week, and she was watching the new series of Drive to Survive, the Formula One documentary on Netflix. I think, is this the 4th season? 3rd or 4th?
I think it's the 4th season, yeah.
Have you seen it?
Let's talk about Max isn't in it. Max Verstappen has an issue with it or something. Is that what I read? I'm not sure. I just glanced over an article. I'll have to look into that and we can talk about it next week to see if that's true or not.
Well, Hamilton is favourite to win the race on the weekend, and Verstappen is second. The Aussies are paying $17 to win the race. So either of the Aussies. The second Aussie is a backup for McLaren at the moment. So we'll see if he gets a start sometime this season. That would be lovely to see a second Aussie there, because I don't think Mark Webber and Ricardo were ever in the same race together. So I think they were a couple.
No, I don't think they crossed over. Yeah,
never had actually two Aussies in there together. So yes, good. The AFL season kicks off this weekend. My Swans are up against Greater Western Sydney in the Sydney Derby to start the season off. So it'd be nice of the Swans to get a win. And Barry Hall is just 4 goals away from 1,000 goals, and he'll be only the 6th man ever to kick 1,000 goals. So that'd be nice to see.
Barry Hall.
Sorry, Barry Hall.
Yeah.
Lance Franklin.
Oh,
Lance Franklin. Sorry.
Yeah, buddy Franklin.
1,000 goals. It's been a huge weekend, guys. I'm sorry, right? Barry Hall has kicked.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
The Swans have brought Barry Hall out of retirement. He's meant to be boxing Sonny Bill, isn't
Barry
he?
Hall's back. Let's go again. Nice. Yes, Lance Franklin to try and kick 1,000 goals this weekend against Greater Western Sydney to start the season off. The NRL keeps going. As we know, the Sharks have got Parramatta on Saturday night, so hopefully we can get a win. And who do your Knights have, mate? No idea.
Oh, geez, that's put me on the spot.
Yeah.
I think we've got a tough draw. I'm not sure. I should know that.
Well, while you look at that, I'll be up very early on Saturday morning to watch the junior netball here in the ACT on Saturday when my daughter has her first game of netball. So I'll be giving you guys score updates every weekend on the South Gungahlin Swifts under 7s team.
Hey, let's go.
In the court early on Saturday morning. And don't forget, Super Rugby keeps going as well, but that's not actually a sport, so no one cares about that.
We've got the Tigers tuning back into it.
The Tigers, very nice. So that should
Yeah,
be
so
2-0. Yeah.
Should be. See, this is where we're good like this. We'll get spanked by 30.
Yes.
Don't you worry about it.
Yes, very good. Look, without Ness here, that's all we actually have time for this week. We've gone through all our news, the NFL, the NRL, the AFL, and yeah, that's all we got. So big thank you to everyone.
Sure.
Big thank you to everyone for tuning in again. And next week, all 3 of us will be back. So, hooroo.
Take care. Brush your hair.